Hey guys, Troy here, back with another video today. This one is kind of user requested, user submitted. It was based on some comments I was getting down below. So if any of you guys have comments or questions, just drop a comment. I probably will end up making a video about it. I'm always looking for different stuff to talk about. So thank you to those people who asked the question. Today we're going to be talking about how to sell sports cards to maximize your profit. If any of you guys have ever been involved in any kind of business or even studied economics or business in school, you know that every percentage point, anything you can do to maximize profit makes a huge difference. And that is no different when it comes to sports cards. So my first tip on maximizing profits is knowing when to sell. Not to get too ahead of myself, but the next 2 points are more on how to sell. But honestly guys, the most important thing when it comes to maximizing profits with any type of investment, and especially in sports cards, is knowing when to sell. And for that, the first advice I can give you guys is don't get too greedy. For instance, I bought a Tyler Herro Prism Silver PSA 9 for $50 a couple months ago, and now that card is about to hit $400. Now, do I believe in Tyler Herro? 100%. Do I think that card could go up next year? Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance, but at some point you have to lock in your profits. If you're constantly just chasing the very, very, very peak, I promise you will get burned. So that's one of the first ways to know when to sell, is when you have hit a certain amount of profits that you're comfortable with. That's a good time to sell. But another rule I like to use for myself is, when do I think the most eyes are going to be on this player? Now, once again, sorry, I'm going to stick with the Tyler Herro example. The Heat are up 2-0 right now, and after I post this might look really bad if they don't end up making the finals, but whatever, I'm a Heat fan, so I'm going to say it anyways. If/when they make the finals, there are going to be so many people looking at that team. So some of their young stars, even if they do end up having really good seasons next year, I think that there's a very strong chance their prices will not be as high for a while as they get during the finals. So basically it's simple. When it comes to knowing the time to sell, don't be too greedy. When you've made a profit, don't be afraid to sell. And 2, just watch the market. Think about what's going on. Where is everyone's attention? You'll know when a player is really, really hot and when the time to sell is. And just quickly, one more thing I want to add on that. This is a good reason to be diversified and to have multiple cards, if you can, of certain players. I'll switch it up because even I'm getting a little tired of me talking about Tyler Herro. We'll talk about Mbappe Prism 2018. Now those cards got really, really, really hot. They absolutely skyrocketed. Those cards got all the way up to $3,000. But recently, they've been selling for as low as $1,000. Now, I sympathize, that's a tough situation. Mbappe is an amazing player, and he has a bunch of things ahead of him. He could win World Cups, he could win Champions Leagues, he could win a bunch of awards, and that's why I sympathize. It's tough to sell if that's your only card. And I know easier said than done, guys. Not everyone, including myself, has unlimited money and unlimited resources, but just if you can, make sure you at least have 2 cards of a player you're invested in, because then you're able to sell one. And for instance, with that Mbappe, I know people were getting that card for really, really cheap. So if you had sold one of them for $3,000, you could maybe have 3 or 4 that are already paid for that you could just let ride. Now, the second tip is more on how to sell, and that is avoid using eBay if you can. When you sell a card on eBay, you have to think about how much money is being lost in the process. For an $100 card, the seller is losing at least $15 to eBay fees and PayPal and everything, and you as the buyer are probably losing about another 15 as well when you talk about taxes and shipping. So for sellers, get involved on Instagram, number 1. That's a great place. You can get involved in the card community, you can learn a lot, and you can buy and sell to trusted people, and you both can save money in the process. Also try Facebook groups, try things like My Slabs. That's a great website that has much lower fees. Because if you're selling a card on eBay and you're losing 15% of your profit, that can really dig into your pockets. Now, there are certain situations where selling on eBay is good, but I would say in general, guys, try to avoid it if you can, and you'll be able to maximize your profits even more. Now for my third tip, if you do end up having to use eBay, which is perfectly normal, it happens to me all the time, please take some time and care with your listing. I cannot believe the amount of listings I see on eBay with Trey Young, Trey Young, or Paul Pogba, or Tyler Hero with 1R. This is your money, guys. We may have some very important people watching, but for me personally, 2 minutes of my time is not absolutely the most valuable thing in the world. So take an extra 2 minutes and make sure your eBay listing is as good as possible. Make sure obviously you're spelling the name right, you have the correct name of the card in there, look at completed sold listings, look at what other people have been listing it as, try to get the word rookie in there, RC, if it's a patch auto, RPA. Basically, utilize as much as you can in that title that eBay gives you, and just think about what are people gonna search. How can I get as many people as possible to stumble onto my listing? And then when they do stumble onto your listing, guys, please, once again, take the extra 30 seconds, take the extra minute and get a good picture on there. You will not believe the amount of people I've seen with pictures and like their toes are literally in it, or the flash is so big and you can't even see the card, or it's at a weird angle. It just looks really visually unappealing. If you're investing, you have to treat it as some sort of business. What kind of business do you know that would post something like this as their picture? You would be shocked. And you can even go look, if you want to, on eBay, just go through all the sold listings. And even for me personally, I've picked it up somewhat recently. Go invest $10 into a light box and a card stand, and it'll make your pictures look so much better, and you'll be able to make back that $15 on one sale. You would be shocked at how much of a difference for the same exact card, having a nice clean listing will make you more money. And if you don't believe me, just go back and look at eBay completed listings. You'll see the ones with weird titles, misspelled, the camera and the card looking all weird will sometimes go for as low as 50% of what a nicer listing will go for. So basically, in short, guys, know when to sell, number one. Number two, know how to sell. Because every percentage, every week that you wait can make a huge difference in your profits. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Once again, comment down below if you have any video ideas. I would love to help you guys out. I do this because I enjoy it. I love to help people and talk to people in the community. Not that I know everything, but just let me know. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. Gonna keep it coming. Thanks again.